Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a declutter video. Over the last few months I kept a bin with items that I wanted to declutter, and also in the last days I went through my collection completely and I decided on a few items that I wanted to declutter. So I'm going to share with you guys the items that are leaving my collection right now. So I'm going to start off with the makeup, then I'm going to go into the samples, and then I have a few skincare items that I'm going to keep for last. So makeup wise, I have a mascara that is leaving my collection. It's the Rimmel Scandalize Reloaded. I got that at a makeup class event that I went to this summer. I used it a few times. It did nothing for my lashes. I feel like mascara is very personal. What works well on one person doesn't necessarily work well on the other, and this one sadly didn't do anything for my lashes. Volume wise, it didn't do anything, so I'm just going to declutter it. Okay, then I have one brow gel that I had. This is from L'Oreal. This is the Brow Stylist Plumper Brow Gel. This really didn't do anything for my brows again. I have pretty bold brows, as you probably can tell. My brows are currently not even filled in or anything like that. That's what they look like. This doesn't have enough hold for me. My holy grail brow gel is the Anastasia brow gel. If you've ever used this, you know it is like hairspray for your brows. They will not move once you set them with that, and I expected that to be kind of similar. It isn't. It is a very light hold. If you have finer brows, you might like it, but if you have thick brows, stay away from this. Another downside to this product is that it tends to just crumble a little bit. So if you go through your brow hairs at some point during the day, then you will have a little bit of like fallout from your brow gel, and I hated that, so I'm just going to declutter this. Then I have two concealers. One was a little sample size. This is the Lancôme Tinted Ultra Wear Camouflage. I got this as a sample size from Sephora. This was in the color Buff, which was a nice color for me in the summer. However, this is a very kind of dewy under eye concealer that just never sets. It is beautiful. It has amazing coverage, but it stays dewy and it stays stacky forever, and once you kind of add powder to it, it just looks cakey and it won't set properly. So for me, this is a no. I feel like this is kind of similar in consistency to the Maybelline Master Conceal. They are kind of similar, but this one sets. I feel like they're similar in coverage. This one is more dewy, this one is a little bit more matte. This one sets right, this one doesn't set right. So if you are looking for something similar to this from the drugstore, this one would be kind of similar in terms of coverage. Okay, then one concealer that I expected to love that I did not enjoy, I did not end up enjoying, is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Concealer. This is a complete coverage serum concealer. I bought this one on a recommendation from Stephanie. I think it's the Daisy Girly here on YouTube. I really love her. I love her channel, and I usually really enjoy the products that she recommends, but this one didn't cut it for me. I know that I completely trust her opinion on products, and I'm sure that it works perfectly well for her, but for me, again, if I didn't set it, it would just move around, and once I set it, it looks super cakey under my eyes. No matter what I tried over it, it didn't work right for me. I have pretty like dry and bumpy under eyes, so it might be why I didn't love that one. It might be because I have a little bit too much texture under there, and that's why it didn't work for me, and it works for her. But as I mentioned, this one didn't cut it for me. The formula is very nice. The coverage is awesome. Once you first apply it, it looks unbelievably good, but after a few minutes or hours, for me, this one looks really bad. I look wrinkled and cracked, and I don't like the look, so I'm just gonna declutter it. Okay, then I have a lipstick. This is one of Rimmel's lipstick. This is the one in color 300 Trendsetter. This one I got again as a like perk when I got to a makeup shop. Okay, on camera it looks really pink, but in real life this is a real true nude. It's a cool tone nude. I'm gonna swatch it here. It might swatch better. No. This looks really warm tone on camera. In person it is really cool tone. It looks really bad on my lips. It's more of a matte lip, and I do not do matte lips. They really don't look nice on me, and again, they accentuate the dry texture of my lips, so I don't like them. And this one smells like most of Rimmel's lipstick, and it is like a sweet but chemical sweet. I don't like the scent either, so I'm just going to declutter that one. I have 5 makeup powder products I'm decluttering. The first one is this one. This is an eyeshadow. It is from Lise Watier. It was part of the Champagnes and Chocolate Quad. It's a very simple white type of a shade. It has a nice sheen to it. I have a lot of other similar shades to that one. I don't love it, and I'm just gonna let it go. I've been trying to work on it this year. I wanted to use it up, but I'm not close to hitting pan on it, and I've got my money's worth out of this one. Not my favorite shade in the book. It's a little bit too white for my liking, and I'm just gonna declutter it. I was actually using it as a highlighter, but I have so many highlighters in my collection that I'm neglecting since I'm working on that one, so I'm just gonna let that one go. I have a blush here that I repressed. This one is from Clarins. It was the Miami Pink blush. The original blush was absolutely gorgeous. Once I repressed it, it kind of changed formula, and now it just doesn't blend. It applies patchily. This one is just gonna get tossed. Okay, then I have a NYX blush in the shade Dusty Rose. Beautiful shade. It's kind of a terracotta type of a color. Really like it. However, on my cheeks it doesn't polarize. It kind of oxidizes on my cheeks and turns into a weird color, and it's starting to get older and kind of patchier and dry and get some dry pan on top of it, and it doesn't work for me, so I'm just going to declutter it. Okay, then I have one Too Faced Love Flush Little Blushes. This one is in Your Love is King. I really didn't love these. I got a set of 3 as a holiday set, I think 2 years ago. I tried them. This one, I think it was the only one from the collection that I actually kept because I liked the color, but again, it doesn't perform really well on my cheeks. It is kind of patchy, and I don't love it. I love these types of color, but I don't know why. My cheeks tend to oxidize blush like no other, and all of these shades turn out to be just a light pink on me. They don't turn out to be kind of that terracotta or mauve shade. They just look like a light pink, so I don't see the point in keeping the shades that kind of pull wrong on my cheeks, so I'm just going to declutter that one. Then I have a bronzer that I'm finally decluttering. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I've been working on that bronzer for like 2 or 3 years. I've hit pan on it. It has some hard pan all over it, and I am done. I don't want to use that bronzer anymore. It smelled nice, it worked nice, but I really don't love it that much. On me, it's kind of muddy too. It's not the best bronzer ever. It was a great crease color, like transition shade, but as far as bronzer goes, it's not my favorite shade of all times, and I got my money's worth. I hit pan on it, and that's all I wanted. So this one is one other face product that I am decluttering is the Marcelle City Tinted cream with SPF 25. This is in the shade light to medium. I purchased this as a tinted moisturizer slash BB cream. This, once you apply this to your skin, it provides absolutely zero coverage, but it transfers, so it is the worst of both worlds. If it had I wanted something with a hint of coverage, and then that didn't transfer too much, that didn't feel thick on the skin or anything like that, and that had SPF. That was what I was looking for, and this didn't perform in any of the categories besides having SPF in it. Once, like, if I would rub it on a t-shirt or on my baby or anything like that, I would have a lot of transfer, and it didn't make my skin look anywhere near better, so I am just going to declare this one. The makeup item I have is this one right here. This is the Clinique Skinny Stick in the shade Sleek Teek. This is a lighter gray shade. This works really nice. It is super fine, and it's one of those pencil that you twist up. It is fine enough that you don't have to sharpen it, and it gives a precise enough to do a nice line. However, I've had a lot of like eyelid problems, like bumps on my eyelids and inflammation and all of that, and 90% of the time it was when I was using this. So I think that it might be either I'm allergic to it or I have a bacteria in it and it is causing me eye issues. So I'm just going to declutter it for that reason, but I think it's a good product, and I would look into getting more of these in the future. It's really not a bad item. It's just that, as I mentioned, I got eye irritations. I don't know if it's irritations from the products. I would have to try another shade, but yeah, I'm not going to use it anymore. It's going to hurt my eyes. Then I have 3 little brushes. They are all brushes that came in palettes. This one is from Anastasia. It came with the Maya palette. This one is from the Vice 2 palette from Urban Decay. And this one is from the Vice 3 palette from Urban Decay. I was keeping them for travel, and when we went on our last trip in December, in early December, I realized that I didn't love these. I don't feel like they perform as well as my makeup brushes that I use on the daily basis and I'm used to, and for that reason I'm not gonna bring them anymore on trips. I would rather use my makeup brushes that I use every single day that I know I love, rather than using those. They do get the job done, but not as nicely as those would. So for the next trips, I'm just gonna bring my regular brushes, and these ones I'm gonna declutter. And the little samples that I'm decluttering, I have 2. This one is a like foundation card from Sephora. I don't wear foundation hardly ever, and I don't love like the look of full coverage foundation and stuff like that, and I really don't feel like trying this foundation out, so I'm just going to declutter it rather than forcing myself to use it. Then I have the Tarte Guard from Tarte. I got this with other samples, and I've tried this in the past and I don't love it. It leaves a terrible white cast on my face, so I'm not going to force myself to use this little sample. I'm just going to declutter. Now moving on into skincare. I have this Ultra Repair Lip Therapy by First Aid Beauty. This I'm decluttering because it kind of turned bad. It now is like a liquid and then a solid. It's not mixed in properly together anymore, so I think it just turned bad. I liked it okay, but I didn't love it. That's why I didn't finish it. So for that reason, I'm not going to repurchase it anymore. I think I have other lip balms that I prefer, and so this one was just alright, nothing more than that. I feel like it's a little bit like petroleum jelly texture. It's not anything more than that, so I would use other stuff rather than this. Then I have the Mario Badescu drying lotion. This is like the one that has isopropyl alcohol and then like a little pink at the bottom, and you kind of dip to get the pink stuff. I don't feel like this performs really well on my skin. I tend to have bigger bumps rather than whiteheads, and I don't feel like this performs well. I think it would perform well on whiteheads, but not on like big cystic bumps. The one item that I like from Mario Badescu for zits is the buffering lotion. That one is absolutely amazing. I have it in my collection. I've repurchased it. This one I tried, I had it, and so I tried it to replace the buffering lotion, and it really doesn't compare. So I would recommend the buffering lotion. I wouldn't recommend this one. Okay, then I have the Paula's Choice Resist Weekly Retexturizing Foaming Treatment 4% BHA. This is an exfoliant for your skin, a chemical exfoliant. I'm sure it works well as a chemical exfoliant, but this smell is so bad. It smells like rotten fish. It is so bad. It doesn't linger for too long, for maybe like 15 to 30 minutes. I think that after 15 to 30 minutes you're kind of used to it on your face. But I cannot deal with this scent anymore. I hate it so bad. I'm just going to declutter a product. I'm going to try other chemical exfoliants. This one, really, the smell, it's so bad. I thought I was the only one and it was something wrong with my nose or with my skin chemistry, but I went online and looked it up, and so many people in the reviews said the same thing. So it reassures me I'm not crazy. It smells bad. It is just going, Then 2 final boring items that I'm decluttering are 2 deodorants. Or rather antiperspirants. This is the Dove Cool Essentials. This is the Dove 24 Hours Solid Invisible Stick in Cool Essentials, and this one is the Advent Care Go Fresh Rebalancing 48-hour one in the scent Go Fresh, as I mentioned. I'm decluttering both of these. I don't think that they're terrible, but they don't work on me. First of all, I prefer more natural deodorants. I was using the I was using the La Vanilla one and I really loved it for years, and then after I gave birth to my son, it didn't work anymore. I don't know what happened with it. I started smelling bad, and so I went into more chemical antiperspirant because I didn't like my scent, and neither of these actually worked quite well on me. I still kind of stank and I didn't like it, and I wasn't smelling that great, and I was putting chemicals on my armpits and I was breastfeeding and I didn't like that. So I tried a more natural alternative. I tried the Rimmel pit paste, and I'm in love with that deodorant. It is really well working for me. I don't stink at all. I needed to get used to it a little bit. It was kind of itchy on my armpits for maybe a week tops, and then afterwards it worked perfect well. I haven't had any issues with this since. I don't stink at all. It does not have any strong chemicals. I'm not worried when I'm breastfeeding, and so I am really converted to the Rimmel pit paste one. And on days when I want something a little bit lighter, then I'm not going to be stressed and I'm not going to be sweating, I use the La Vanilla one, and like that combo is perfect for me. So I don't need these chemical ones anymore, and so I'm just going to declutter those. This is it for this declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think that next week or the week after that, I will have an updated makeup inventory with pictures of every single categories of my makeup, so that you can see what it looks like currently. So this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.